not. Now you can imagine what our professionals would be doing if they hadn't caught the dancing bug. It's over to our forums to find out.
If you hadn't become a dancer, what would you have been?
I would love to be an ice skater or a policewoman.
I would have loved to have worked with animals, dogs in particular.
I would be an event planner or a wedding planner or a PR person.
I probably would have to be a model. I'm still doing it as a part-time job.
Or a journalist. Journalist.
If I hadn't become a dancer, I really don't know what I've been. Big issue, anybody?
Who makes the best dancers? Very tall people or very short people?
Well, I'm a bit biased. I'd say the best dancers are very short people because we're fast and dynamic.
Medium height, my height. Around 5'6".
Definitely, the very short people are the best dancers. Their core is so close to the floor, I can't even start to tell you.
About my height, you're kind of about right.
Hello. Short people, obviously.
People in between make the best dancers. Like 5'6", slightly blonde, and from New Zealand.
Besides being a dancer, have you ever tried a normal job?
I used to work in a dressmaking company and I used to decorate dance dresses.
Never worked. Look at these hands. They're pure and simple. Never worked all my life. Just dancing.
I did work in a bank as a cashier for a couple of years.
Apart from being a dancer and dance teacher, I never really had a proper job.
I worked for a mail-order shoe company. I have had various other jobs along the way, as well as chauffeur, cook and cleaner. For Lilia, of course. Nobody else.
As far as I was concerned, dancing is a normal job. However, the people that dance generally aren't normal, if that makes sense.
What is the best kept strictly secret?
A best kept Strictly Come Dancing secret is called best kept secret because it hasn't yet been told.
Don't tell anyone, but me and Brendan are having an affair.
If I told you, it wouldn't be a secret, would it? Pfft. But you really want to know?
It's Wednesday. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the midweek report. Please welcome James Jordan. James.
Thank you.
Lovely. It's delightful that you're here. We've just heard from your girl. It's suddenly incredibly hard, isn't it? 2 dances. You forget. Like, as Chris was saying, it goes in and then another dance comes out.
I can't imagine, because I've never got to this stage of the competition, Claudia.
I don't know what to say about that.
Never mind. No, to be perfectly honest with you, I feel sorry for them, because normally you're learning 1 dance, which is tough enough. You've now got to learn 2 dances, which I think is really, really gruelling. I think it's going to be the survival of the fittest.
Do you?
I think so.
All right, let's have a look at all the Latin first. First up, I think we've got Ali and Brian. Let's have a look at this. This is today, and this is the samba. What do you think?
Samba, we all know samba is the toughest dance out of all the dances on Strictly. She started off with some samba walks, which obviously... She needs a little bit more bounce. She needs to get into her knees a little bit more. Syncopated action there. They're doing voltas here.
This looks nice to me, no?
It is nice, but samba shouldn't look nice. It should look fun, carnival, explosive. Early stages, don't forget they are learning 2 dances, so they've got to kind of train equally on each dance. So I think it just needs a lot more explosive energy.
OK, but it's only Wednesday.
Exactly.
Let's look at Ricky and Natalie. Now, this footage is from Monday, so it's early. It's their cha-cha.
Yeah,
I'm sorry we don't have more recent, but what do you think?
Well, I have seen this already, and they're marking through it very slowly.
Yeah.
But if you notice here, he's walking on his heels, which is a cardinal sin in the cha-cha-cha.
Oh.
The routine itself, I think, looks very, very good. As you said, this is Monday's training, so it's very difficult to say, but, you know, Ricky comes out week after week, and he's a brilliant performer.
Yeah, so and they've trained the most. They're up on 18 hours this week,
which
more
doesn't
than anybody
surprise
else.
me, but I think he's going to do fantastic this week.
All right, let's have a look at Layla and Anton. I'm already excited about this. A salsa.
Salsa. Love it.
I love a salsa.
Anton's only ever done salsa once, hasn't he? Before.
Yeah.
OK, I noticed that salsa needs to be very much into the floor as well. She needs to work her feet into the floor more, use the balls of her feet. They've done some underarm turns there. There should be footwork with that as well. It's not just turning under the arms. OK, again, early stages. It is tough this week, but it looks a little bit like Anton is, you know, really throwing her about the floor instead of actually following him.
Oh, I see, OK.
But it is very early. They're still learning the steps at this stage.
Yeah.
So it's tough to really comment and be critical.
OK, good.
Which is what I'm here for, but it's still not nice.
Let's have a look at your girl and Chris. This looks so fast. I've seen some of this. There's samba. This is from today.
OK, they're doing promenade runs here and pivots. And from what I can see, this is a very, very, very fast samba, even for Chris with his little short legs. They've got, you know, they've gone from promenade runs into a little bit of a trick section here, syncopated things here, and then into whisks. Yeah. OK, he needs to work again on his technique. His posture's bad. His footwork, he'd done some voltas there. It looked more like a lockstep than a volta.
OK, can you explain that to me? I mean, I know I sound like I am a moron.
OK, the difference between a volta and a lockstep is very, very big. Okay. A lockstep is flat. A volta has bounce action. He hasn't got enough bounce action. He needs to use his feet more, bend his legs more. But again, very early stages. I've already spoken to him today. He said he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
So hopefully...
That's what he just said to me. He said they've had fun, but how will his posture also help the dance?
Well, he needs to get his posture.
Right.
He has to get his posture. This is the main thing of dancing. If the posture's wrong, it's difficult to even move. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it is a tough, tough dance. Okay. I mean, Ali and Brian and Chris and Ola, you know, they've got it tough this week. Samba, as I know, is a horrible dance. I don't even want to talk about it
Let's not even say the S word anymore. Let's move on to the ballroom. Let's have a look at Ali and Brian's tango. A good dance to get at this point, I think. I love the drum.
No, tango is a good dance. It's very dramatic. It's a staccato dance, which is a lot easier to sell than, for example, a foxtrot.
Yes, this is yesterday's footage, I should say.
Yeah. Obviously, she's dancing in trainers here, which I think is actually a hindrance and not a great idea, because if she turns and her shoes stick, she's going to get more injuries than she already has had. One thing I do notice is her posture. Her arms are always too high. Oh. Yeah? She's always got her arms up here. She needs to get her frame sorted out a lot more. And also in the tango, she needs to get into her knees. She's too high in general for the tango. She needs to get down, grounded, and arms down as well. OK,
there's time, though. Let's have a look at Layla and Anton's American Smooth. I think a brilliant dance to get.
I think this is going to be... I think it's going to be a great dance for them. I really do. I mean, they've danced a foxtrot before, which was absolutely amazing. Obviously, Anton, as you can see, is not the strongest guy in the world when it comes to the lifts. But I'm sure they're going to work on that. But I am actually really looking forward to this dance. I think it's going to be a great dance. And I think Layla obviously loves her ballroom, if we compare it to her Latin. I think this is going to be beautiful.
I think it's going to be absolutely perfect. Let's look at Chris and Ola's waltz. This is the last one we have. Here it goes. I think they're quite beautiful. No?
Do you?
Yes, look at that. I'm already moved by that. I don't know why.
Wonderful.
I might be wrong.
OK, again, I know a little bit how Chris works, obviously, because I'm married to Ola. He's thinking of steps here. Yeah. He's not thinking of selling the dance, and his posture is appalling. Look how low his elbows are and high his shoulders are. This is one thing for me that in both dances he really needs to work on his posture, because at this stage of the competition it's unacceptable.
Yeah, OK.
So he really needs to get his elbows up,
needs to lift up,
shoulders down.
Him and Ali need to swap
exactly.
Different.
Yeah. He needs to go and have a lesson with Ali, and Ali needs to... Yeah. Show me that once more.
How exciting.
That's lovely.
OK, no more pirate impressions. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you. James Jordan.
Thank you.